Oh my God, why does everyone have to be black now?
This is a podcast from the Queen City Podcast Network.
Art Star is a Sith, and he has very sexy thigh meat.
TBJ is a badass.
Joe is a real man.
Professor Andy likes donuts.
All month.
The entire month?
Mm-hmm. Are you doubting that's my birthday?
Not at all. Not at all. Happiest of birthday.
Are you saying I don't deserve a full month?
Your birthday started unofficially started May 1st. When it
did.
Came May 1st. May 1st all the way.
To the end of the month.
Cinco to who? Cinco to who? No.
Cinco to Tiffany's birthday. Yep.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, Cinco to who? Cinco to who? That's great.
It's all about me.
It is all about TBJ.
As it should be.
How's it going, TBJ? You were just were you in was it a 3-bone show you were in?
It was a free reign show.
Oh, free reign.
Mm-hmm. So we were producing a 3-bone show, so it was happening at the same time. So
gotcha. I was confused.
we were producing a show that just closed yesterday. It was a fantastic show. And I, for some reason, also thought it was a great idea to get back on stage at the same time. And so that was this last couple months.
How did it go? Was it harder than ever?
It's been 7 years since I did a fully staged production.
Was that our show?
And it was indeed. No, it was Harry Tubman's story I did at Matthews Playhouse, 2018.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
That was the last time I did a full production, and memorizing was not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, that's what it gets hard, man.
It does, but it was great to be back with, it was 12 Angry Jurors based on the movie 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
And so lots of new faces for me to get to know and some familiar friends. There were 2 people I'd done a show previously with.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to work through the magic from a different side other than a company side.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I found that last time that we did that Clybourne Park. I barely made it. I barely got through that show.
You barely made it. I need you to remember I came into that production the week of tech.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell you did it. Not even.
Either.
I mean,
lots of prayers.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. But I had no excuse. I got old.
You weren't the only one. Well, then if you remember Clybourne Park, one of the actors in this show with me, Tim Huffman, was in that show with us.
Oh, yeah. How's he?
He's doing great. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I miss that guy. I always got along well with him. I mean, I got along well with everybody. I just realized I was like, I just don't think I can do it anymore. I don't think I can mentally do it anymore.
It's a skill set. It was a lot to dust off the cobwebs.
Mm-hmm.
I had to talk a lot more than I anticipated I would talk in the show. I was like, small role, it'll be great.
Yeah.
And then I started highlighting my script, and I was like, she got to give a couple speeches. Bless my brain. That I did not get until probably we walked into Tech Week. One of the speeches I just could not get until the very last moment.
Yeah.
But it felt good being in a different seat than I normally am. So
yeah. That's
I
good.
guess we should tell if listeners are listening, a part of the TBJ magic is she went to school for theater, but she's been on the theater education side of things for a very long time and came off of semi-retirement to take the stage this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And
but that's me.
Yeah,
what have you been up to? I haven't talked to you. I talk to Art all the time just to harass him. But what are you doing?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and and that's the other thing. Andy and I both are veterans of the stage and theater, and so we can relate. And Tiffany and I were in a play together years ago, but that was the
We
last
were.
play. But before I did that play, I hadn't done a play for some time. And, when we're young actors, we take it for granted. Just like learning lines is like nothing. Like you laugh at people and they say, "Oh, how'd you learn all those lines?" You just laugh at them. But now I get why
Yeah.
older people said that because I barely made it. And then my brain was wandering while I'm doing monologues. Like instead of being in the moment, like I'm saying the lines, but I am not present saying the lines at all. I'm just memorizing them. And my brain is thinking, what if I fuck this up? What if I fuck this up? What if I just walk out right now and just ruin the whole play? What will they do? Like, what if I just start cussing? Like, what if I just, and then I
Towards your
start,
intrusive thoughts.
yeah, and then I start like panicking myself. Like maybe I won't finish the monologue. What if I, but all the while I'm saying the monologue, like I'm saying it and acting it, but in my head, I'm thinking all these, and then I'm like giving myself a panic attack, and that's never happened to me before, where I was aware of my thoughts during a show. I was just like shut off and became the character, but that freaked me out, and so I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. Like I think I'm too old for this. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, what I've been doing is nothing. I got a new job. I'm trying to figure that out. We don't work together anymore, and then the big thing is how our main man Art Star is. He's hopefully feeling way better.
I am.
Yes,
I am.
Art. Tell the people how you feel.
I feel like I don't feel like $1 million, more like maybe $250,000. But I feel good. I just feel it's one of those things where as you get older, like it really makes you, what's the word I want to use? It makes you, I'm having a brain fart right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, I got caught up when you guys talking, and
Yeah.
I'm literally like the guy in the corner, like wondering, is it time to go yet? Because I don't know what they're talking about.
But you would probably be the best actor of all of us if you got on
Nah.
the stage. You'd probably be good at that.
I would be, for me, it would be more like, I would probably be doing more of an improvisation type thing. 'Cause I'd be like, I forgot this. And I would just go with it. Let me just go with it. Go with it.
Yeah.
So you belong on an improv team now, we know.
That would be fun.
Yeah, like I just I feel lucky to have the friends that I have. But then also, I just feel, I feel like the older I'm getting, the more my body is breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like just trying to, reverse that. And it's like, it's one of those things where I want to say, I got my tonsils taken out when I was 8. That was like the first time I had an overnight hospital stay, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been to the hospital since then, but I've never had a hospital stay until
that was 40 plus years ago, right?
Right. Yeah, bro.
sorry to age you out there.
Until
Can we telling his secrets?
Right.
He's the man of mystery.
Until this year. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like a humbling experience just to be, and because in my heart of hearts, I'm still a big ass kid, right?
Yeah.
So for me, anything that takes away from me being a big ass kid and it shows that even though I'm a big ass kid and in my head I'm invincible, I'm still vulnerable to things.
Yeah.
So just like so basically, especially I want to say the last couple of weeks, I've been like taking it easy, but then also kind of like trying to get used to understanding my body again. Just because it's like I was down, and like one of those things when it was like, there were points where I was like, when am I going home? Like, when am I getting out of here? Like, how much longer am I going to be here? So it's like now
it was some time.
Say it again.
You were there for some time,
right? But like now, I'm out and I'm having this thing like, man, I'm just trying to get back. Like so now, like I'm fighting basically to get back to work. So
Yeah.
it's like, and in my head, even though you kind of aged me out, I'm still a big ass kid. That's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I
I'm
think that's
up.
all of us. We're
Yeah.
all big kids at heart. And I will say, outside of harassing you, your health scare made me get my shit together
Mhm.
recently, just in some habits. I was like, girl, take care of yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
So no one has
But
to yell at me. I
here's,
yell at
here's
you.
the crazy thing, though. The crazy thing is, um, I like if something's wrong with me, I go to the doctor, right? If I don't feel, I feel like I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor.
And a lot
Right.
of a lot
Literally,
of
the
us
only
don't.
reason
Yeah.
I went to the doctor this time was because I had to get a yearly physical. I went in for a physical, was planning on going to work after the physical, never made it to work. I went from
That's the scary
yeah,
part, though.
I
The
Yeah.
went from going
scary
getting a
part
physical
is,
to a hospital
yeah,
stay.
Yeah.
that's
You
the
had no
scary part.
idea. Yeah. The thing
Right.
you weren't
Hmm.
expecting it.
So it's
And you said you felt okay, right? Like
I
you
did. So
didn't.
it's like I'm looking at everyone like, what's the big deal? Like
Yeah.
I literally look like, what's the big deal?
That's the
You
scary
know?
part to me is that you can just be like, I feel fine. What are you
But then
telling
it's
me this
also one of
for?
those things where it makes sense when you see like, oh, you're reading like how like all of these celebrities, they're just like dying. And it's
Yeah.
like because it's like, our bodies are like vessels. So like at any given moment, it can just give out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy.
we're all
But other
learning.
uh, but other than that, I've just been helping create a monster with Joe. Um, we have this group that like everyone, like even now, me and Joe literally just left the Discord and
Yeah.
these two guys playing Madden.
And it's the Nerd School Discord.
Mhm.
And Art, maybe I'm new to this Discord
Mhm.
world, the video game world, but like, can like listeners of this, if they were interested, can they get on our
As long
Discord?
as long as they join the Nerd School Discord,
Yeah.
they can jump in.
Like,
Like I mean,
like people that just listen to us could just jump on and be on there.
exactly. But it's like
Interesting.
I mean, some people they have like movie nights.
Yeah.
They do like read it like they do all types of stuff. It's basically like a social media networking thing, but you also have the option to stream. People do like D&D on Discord.
Yeah.
It's a
I've,
lot that
I've,
it's quite overwhelming though. Like
so
I mean,
TBJ, you probably don't even know Nerd School has a Discord that Hunter, I think, or Art set up,
I
and
set it up, but Hunter
Hunter's
took it to
he's
like
taking.
the next generation. Like Hunter just went
Believe it.
crazy with it.
How many people are on it? Is there a way to tell? Like they're
Like
streaming right now. Currently, our
right.
friends are streaming a Madden football game league that we started. But there's like all these members that keep joining, and I don't know if they're listeners necessarily or if they're just friends of the
Who
pod.
knows? It's like, or they could search it. I know, like I've actually added, like I know on my Reddit page, I think it links to the Discord, and I might have like some other stuff just casually. I would, say, we have a Discord, blah blah blah. But
Is there a way to look and see who's part of it or not? Or you can't see that really, or
I
can
mean,
you?
you can see like it should. Like, it's a thing where you can look up the members, but
Yeah, I don't
it's
really.
in the I think it'll actually tell you in the members. It's a member section.
Okay, I barely know how to use it. That said, so this is a big nerd step for me getting on Discord. Like my son is half impressed that I even know what Discord is. Can't believe I have I kind of have my own server. But he also laughs that I have no idea how to use it. Except for Madden. Like when I play Madden, I can get into it and talk on it. I don't know how to stream on it. I know how to watch other people's streams. But there's all these like rooms that Hunter has set up for
Mhm.
discourse, like discourse,
Or like
Jedi
let's say
talk, Batman talk.
whenever you add a video to YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
it goes out on this. Yeah.
Yep.
Every time we put out an episode of Nerd School, the Discord notifies everybody who signed up that there's a new episode of Nerd School. Same thing with
Hmm.
uh the Deborah Joe Ruppaverse and American Timelines and everything else, which I guess Hunter set that up because I don't know how the hell to do that. Like there's one called Enrollment. Is that where it shows
Enrollment?
everybody? I don't know. There's like all these little subcategories. Anyway, I don't have to sit here and go through all of Discord and have you teach me on this.
So
But
here's the thing.
that's a nerd thing. It's a nerd thing.
Discord is like, I don't want to say this generation because like I've been on Discord for a long time, but it's almost like how remember when you first started college when you had like the Telenet.
Yes,
right.
That's what it reminds me of.
Right, so it's like that, but 50 years advanced beyond that. You know, like you can like that like YouTubers
Yeah.
who stream. They were like jumping in Discord. I remember being at Spirit Square sometimes on Friday night. We'd all jump in and they be playing Mario Kart or streaming some movie or something. So it's big, but it's also like I say, it gets quite overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. It's like that's even if you know like if you marginally know what you're doing, there's still more that you could do in this thing.
So would this be good for us when we do like our summer movie watching if we stream one of the movies we're watching over the summer?
Ooh,
we can do that. We could definitely do that.
You can do that, and other people can comment during it, or talk during it, or both.
I think you can set it up so they can't like if you're watching it, but like people couldn't talk. So, but I think you can. I think also you can probably control whether or not they do. Like if you don't want to be completely talking all over it the whole time you're watching,
right?
But
maybe I'll take some time to learn. I know what it is because I have obviously these two grown boys in my home who are gamer-ish people.
But can Tiffany just find it, or do we have to invite her?
Tiffany can just find it.
I think you said people can find it, yeah. So they
but it's nerd school.
Not
you
hard.
search
nerd school. Yeah,
and you just search nerd.
It's like when I look at it, it's very basic, but I also then feel even dumber because I can't figure out how to do it.
It seems very basic.
I gotta click
drilling down into subtitles and subheadings.
Yeah, and Andy gets mad because Hunter put some bots in there, and every time Andy posts anything, the bots start arguing with him, and he gets mad. Andy's
going to fight the war against AI. Watch, he's going to be that guy. He's going to go back into the past. He could be like John Carter.
Oh, here we go. 16 members, 5 online. Anyway, that's a nerdy thing that we can talk about on our Nerd School podcast. We originally were going to get together to talk about Ms. Marvel because the 3 of us here have rewatched it, I think.
And Andy watched the first 3 episodes, he said.
Yeah. So
I literally.
But we also just haven't chatted in a while, so we just wanted to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, and I actually like when it's been a while that we've talked. I like to ask you guys like, what is the nerd news? Like, doesn't have to be MCU related, but a lot of times it feels like there's MCU news every day and every time I see it, I'm like, I can't wait to talk to Art about this. I can't wait to talk to TBJ and Andy about this. Like, what's happening?
I can tell you what's new. Racist people being racist and
that's
Disney not giving Ironheart the promotional needs it needed.
Yes, Ironheart. Right. That's a question.
It's crazy.
Is Ironheart a show? A movie?
It's a show.
Is it out already?
It's a show.
But they have set it up basic. But then it's weird because I think it's a the way my brain is, like I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Even though I like playing devil's advocate, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Probably
but it's
too
almost
much.
It's almost like how when Echo came out. Echo, has a person of color,
female of color,
indigenous people of color,
and
it's like they didn't. Boom! Here comes Echo. Let's put all 5 out at one time, right? Which was kind of okay, but it's also the way they did it was like boom, and it's like Ironheart. We hadn't seen anything. We knew it was coming on the 24th because there was the poster. Hadn't seen anything. It almost felt
until
like
recently.
Right. It almost felt like they took for James Gunn to say, coming tomorrow, the new Superman trailer. And then Ironheart trailer came out the same day, but it came out a few hours before Superman. And then even after that, it was out there for a hot minute before finally let's release the Superman trailer. And
are you talking Ironheart's not out, just a trailer for it? You're talking
the trailer's for it.
The trailer, the show starts this weekend. It'll come out this weekend.
Okay.
They were late. Lots of creators knew it was coming because it had Riri Jackson from we watched the last Black Panther movie.
Oh.
So people were excited.
Oh.
a lot of people of color were excited. But they were like, is Disney gonna advertise this? Will there be a trailer? What's happening? What's happening?
And we was getting all that Thunderbolt action. You know, we got Fantastic Four action.
There was so much coming out, so it didn't make sense for them to like not really pump out. And then obviously some nerds did what some nerds do, which is like, oh my God, why does everyone have to be black now? Oh,
Wait a minute.
Joe,
Okay.
your people.
Let me. Yeah, I know my people are. I trust me. I get it. But I'm gonna add to the. Okay, dumb this down for me. This is another one, a character I only know from Snap, who I like. I love the power on Snap because it's a healer. So is it somebody who heals people, or he heals their? I don't know. Does that have anything to do with it, or is that just a Snap?
Remember her character from Black Panther?
So I haven't watched that one yet. The new
You
one.
haven't watched Wakanda
you haven't
Forever?
watched the second?
No, because I was waiting for to watch it with you guys. And I think it's our next movie, which is why I was kind of bummed we went back to Miss Marvel because I can't wait to watch. Actually, no, I think we got
No,
Thor-
we will.
Thor
Miss
Love and
Marvel is
Thunder
worth the
first.
watching conversation, but
Yeah, Miss
she's
Marvel's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So anyway,
we'll talk about it when.
So
we
she
get
shows
together,
up
but-
in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And so this is gonna sound dumb, but I thought Ironheart was the name of Pepper Potts when she becomes an Iron.
No, Pepper
Lady.
Potts is Rescue.
Oh, Rescue.
Yeah.
That's and that's another reason
Yeah.
why Snap those
And
characters.
like so in the
I'm
comics, she
Rescue.
is, you know, her storyline closely ties in to like Tony Stark, and there's like the whole
Ironheart
replacing
or Rescue.
Ironheart.
Ironheart.
does. Oh, so
The
it is
whole
like it's an Iron Man suit, right? That Ironheart wears. Is that right?
No.
No. Okay, I'm way
No.
off.
No,
I should
no.
shut up. I'll just have to
No.
watch it.
So, Ironheart, like I say in the comics, she, you know, kind of was. It's like the whole, not necessarily replacing Tony, but like, you know, her suit in the comics has like Stark tech in it. Where
Okay.
here it's just like this is stuff that she's making on her own, and then she, let's just say we can't effectively talk about this version because you haven't watched Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, but
Basically,
yeah,
she's
okay.
she's a young lady
uh-huh.
who's a genius, like
Yes.
what's her face?
Shuri.
Shuri. And she builds and she like Steel, or I don't know, you probably don't know, like you don't know who Natasha Irons is, but she is still John Steele from Superman universe.
Uh-huh.
Had his daughter, who basically almost is like Ironheart, except she's like, you know, a version of Steel who has superpowers and builds things really good. But like, she has no. Long story short, Ironheart has no powers. There's nothing wrong with her heart or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just the nickname that she came up with.
Just a nickname. Okay.
She builds things. She builds suits of armor, and she's
Mm-hmm.
she's. I don't
She's
want
like
to.
so she's like a scientist.
She's
I
a
would-
kid. I mean, she's not a kid, but she's
she's like
young
a-
adult.
Right.
Oh, is she young
Like, she's
like,
gonna have my-
Ms. Marvel young, like those guys?
She's definitely probably going to be part of Young Avengers if
Okay.
they do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Very likely.
So Dominique Thorne
Mhm.
is the actress that plays her. She looks familiar to me. Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be good, but people are being weird.
Yeah,
as
they
they
always
are.
are. Isn't it weird?
Again,
Is it?
It's your people.
Yeah, it's
Well,
white
the crazy
people.
thing is, it's not like it came out of nowhere, right? We met her character already. Like we
Yeah.
met her, so they didn't just make her up and bring her in, and so the story is kind of built around her, which I think is cool. I want to know more about this young genius.
Yeah.
But it's just sheer lack of promotion. It's really weird. And listen, it's 2025 and the vibes of the United States are off right now.
They
They're
are
very
bad,
anti,
Yeah.
they're very anti-black.
Yeah.
I have a book for you, Joe.
You do?
Okay. Invincible Iron Man #7 by Brian Michael Bendis. That's what introduces
Oh,
Ironheart.
yeah, yeah. See, I love
So
the
you want-
origins.
Invincible Iron Man
Number
#7.
Number seven. Yeah,
There
so
you go.
that's the thing I love to do is look up you know, if it's a new character I haven't heard of, or like on Snap, I'll play it. Like there's one called Armor, and she's just some I don't know if she's an X-Man, but she's just like a suit of armor, and where'd that come from? And then
it protects her.
I find the
It literally
comic.
protects her. Like if she comes out of that suit,
Yeah.
she could die. So
Okay, so
yeah.
so I love looking up these origins, and thanks to I'm not doing the comics the cheating thing where you're stealing from artists. I'm using the library, the
Good
Hoopla
job.
app, and reading a bunch of those. So anyway, yeah. So I love that. Thank you for that, Art. So Invincible Iron Man #7. And if you're listening and you're also a, beginner nerd or trying to do this, you should come along with me and learn the origins of superheroes you've never heard of. But yeah, now I can't wait even more to watch Wakanda Forever. But also, I know that's coming up. We have Thor: Love and Thunder, I think is next, and then that I think didn't both of those. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just guessing from what I remember people saying. Didn't both of those get panned by people, nerds? And
Not Wakanda Forever. So.
I heard
Thor
it.
kind of did.
I think Wakanda did,
Thor, right? Yes, Love and Thunder did.
but it might be
Wakanda
racist.
Forever. You weren't tuned in, but everybody showed up in
But
those theaters
Thor?
in costumes. No, for Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. The one thing about Thor that people hate, that people definitely sort of hated,
Yeah.
was the way, what like just the whole Gore, the God Butcher, like it's probably one of the bright spots in this movie, and it's just some other stuff, but it was just like it's almost like that same feeling you get when you watch Quantumania. We haven't done Quantumania yet, have we?
Yeah, we did.
With
Didn't
Kang?
we?
I don't remember.
I don't think we did that yet.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I remember Kang, but do I remember
Yeah,
him
you remember-
from Loki?
You probably remember him from Loki,
Yeah, just low key.
but I'm talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
I feel like we watched that that's where they get stuck and they bring Michelle Pfeiffer back.
Michelle Pfeiffer's already back.
Oh, okay. Fuck. There's so many of these. Maybe that was
Right.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
But it's like how Kang was supposed to be, and I guess because of Jonathan Majors, it wrote him out. But like
Yeah.
Gore, like just when it's one of those things where you get this he's what's the guy's name? I'm Batman. Christian Bale.
Christian
I'm about to say
Bale?
which one.
He plays.
Yeah,
he's in that.
he plays Gore the God Butcher.
It's
And
I
it
know
is
Gore
a-
the God Butcher
it
from
is like-
Marvel Snap.
Master, like you feel all of his emotions
Mhm.
in this movie, and it has like what's once like a scene. I'm talking about the movie, but there's this one scene where they go into like this whole black and white thing, and like
Yeah.
everything he does is very powerful. Like it's very like whenever he's on screen, but it's like we didn't get enough of him. We didn't get enough of that. So, and then it was just the fact of like I guess they felt. Love and Thunder was a little too extra buddy. I don't want to say buddy copish, like sort of like the little girl and then Thor. It has that not My Two Dads feel, but the
My Two Dads is a great show. But do you think misogyny is the factor that people? Is the,
you got
shit-
Lady Jane Foster in there, so
Yeah, there's a woman
yeah,
hero, so people hate that.
yeah, people. Well, it's just
Well,
Just
some
like
people,
Thor.
and they mostly look like you, Joe.
I know. I'm well aware. I know, but it's a problem with nerds. And that's the thing. I feel like all these so I was looking up the Wakanda Forever, and you're right. It was not a flop. It was a box office critical success.
No, I
Grossing
know
over
because I also dressed
850
up
million.
and went to the movies.
Yeah, and you dressed up. It grossed well, but then right next to it, when I look up Wakanda Forever, how AI gives you these what you want to search. It says, "Why is Wakanda Forever talked about as a failure in online discourse when it received positive reception and made a lot of money?" And if there's a whole Reddit thread about all kinds of I haven't read it, but it's so
The short answer is
racism and misogyny and all that. So, and that's the
Side-
thing. It's
side jump.
yeah.
Because of this movie, my ringtone is that Rihanna song. Literally has been my ringtone since that movie came out. right? Like right pop, like
Umbrella?
Wakanda forever. Yeah, Umbrella. Wakanda forever.
Rihanna. That's
It's like
Rihanna, isn't it?
it's one of those things where it makes you like they're coming out with a show. It's called something Wakanda. I can't think of the name of it.
Wait. A TV show like
I want to. I think it's I think
MCU
it's
show?
called like the World of Wakanda or something like that. But like, yeah, it's an actual show.
Ooh, who's the star?
I don't know if they necessarily have any.
Angela Bassett? She's still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
It's,
I mean, not
it's
the
one-
act- I don't mean the
Don't be
actress.
killing us. Don't be
I don't-
killing us, black folk.
I don't mean
That
the
is a
actress.
national treasure.
No, I mean the
okay?
character. The character from
Her
Wakanda.
mom- the mom she
The mom
played.
of Chadwick, well, not Chadwick Boseman, but
Black
Black Panther's mom.
mama.
is she
Shuri's
is her
mom.
character? Well, don't ruin it. Don't tell me if she's still alive because that might ruin a thing.
It's called Eyes of Wakanda.
Ooh, and that's coming out what year? What quarter of 2025 or 26?
August 6th.
2025.
It's this year. It's August the 6th. Let's see. Who's in it? Winnie Harlow's in it. Cress Williams. You know who Cress Williams is? Black Lightning. He was Black Lightning in the
Speaking
he's
of
been in
Black
a lot of
Lightning,
stuff. He's
Black
been in a lot
Lightning
of stuff.
Black Lightning
Lynn Whitfield.
just won the Waxhaw Cup. Not Black Lightning, King of Lightning. This little young, I don't want to say young. Yeah, I do want to say young. This tiny little black wrestler named King of Lightning, AJ Myers, local amateur wrestler, happens to work at Walmart in town, and I figured him out. He's masked, so I don't know what he looks like. But this kid was checking me out, and I was wearing a wrestling shirt, and he said, "You like wrestling?" I'm like, "Oh, I like old school wrestling," and I watched the wrestling up at the Waxhaw Tap House. And he said, "Oh, you do? You watch the Tap House wrestling, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm one of the wrestlers." And this kid was like 5'4". So I was like, "You must be King of Lightning then," because there's only one little guy, and they always put him through a table. He wears a mask, but he jumps all over the place. He's electric. He is the King of Lightning. He's got King of Lightning written on his pants down the side. He's this little guy, but he's a high flyer. He jumps all over the place. And this weekend they did a tournament in Waxhaw. It was like a 16-man tournament. And he won the whole thing and won the Waxhaw Cup. King of Lightning. So, and he's dressed like Black
Don't
Lightning.
underestimate the little guys.
Yeah, the
Moral of
little
story.
guy. Yep. So then the best part about it was I was posting online about how great he is and everything. And how, man, King of Lightning's the best wrestler of all time. And then he friended me on Facebook because I was probably one of the only people just posting online about how great he is. So I'm friends with King of Lightning. That's 4 people in the wrestling business that I'm friends with now.
Are we sensing a new career path there, Joe?
I want to become a manager because James R. Hustle is a manager now, and I already know the man scout Jake Manning, and then a local guy is a referee that hangs out at the Tap House too. So that's 4 wrestling business people I'm connected to.
Oh, yeah.
We should start a faction. Nerdy Inc.
You as a wrestling manager, old school, flashy, with your own plot lines.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
big old
definitely not
sunglasses.
getting in the ring. Those days are past me, but yeah, wrestling manager and wrestling is its whole other nerddom. Like that's a whole.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, you are aware of that, right? But you went to we talked about this. You went to wrestling, TBJ.
I did well once upon a time when I was married to that man. There was a lot of wrestling watching.
She was married, everyone. She was married to Roddy Piper.
Not quite. I'd have taken that over who I was married to. Once upon a time, I married a man. Mistake number 1, red flag.
Yeah, never married.
But there was a lot of wrestling watching in our household every week. Then we would go over to relatives' house and also sit down and watch wrestling. It was not something I'd paid attention to prior to that relationship. And I know a tiny bit post it, and that's just because some of the wrestlers obviously went on to do like other things.
Other stuff, yeah.
But I know their roots.
Back to Ironheart.
Ironheart.
Dominique Thorne. I keep saying Dominic. Little known fact: she auditioned to play Shuri, and actually read with Chadwick Boseman, but
So are we talking
Aw.
about?
didn't
Are
get the
we?
part.
So this is something you should have held back for
Oh
when we
yeah,
did
we'll
Wakanda
bring it
Forever.
back. I'm sure we'll bring it back.
Yes, because we will talk about her
Yeah, I was
in
just
that.
googling her thing. So, um, yeah. So everyone watch Ironheart and support it and all that. So
Yes, please. If you are listening to us and you
yes,
appreciate us, specifically if you appreciate Art and Tiffany, watch
Right,
yes.
Ironheart.
for sure.
Because I don't know if you can tell by our voices, but Andy is not a person of color, and neither am I. Uh,
Oh, what you're no.
as
Much
much as
as
I
we
don't want
love
to admit
you,
it, yeah. Although Andy and I have been mistaken for being Asian occasionally. I don't know why.
I can see you when your hair is all full out and dark. I
Yeah.
can see that.
One time I had dyed my hair black when I lived in Chicago, and everyone asked me if I spoke Spanish. And they would just start speaking Spanish to me. I was tan. I get pretty tan in the summertime. And so I was like, no, why would I speak Spanish? And I don't know. I was like, oh,
You're supposed to blow their mind and actually speak Spanish.
And be like,
yeah, I wish I could. I could speak a
"Ke?"
little tiny bit from high school. Um, uh, what am I looking at here? Why am I something I
Oh,
was going to
what I was
mention?
going to
Yeah,
say is,
go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Winnie Harlow, is in Eyes of Wakanda, and I'm sure TBJ knows who Winnie Harlow is. Maybe
Is that
I
fashion
know the
actress?
model.
name.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
vitiligo.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Very pretty. Not to
Yes.
say that's the only reason why she's in Eyes of Wakanda, but you know,
Gorgeous.
right.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can recognize gorgeous. It's fine.
What other upcoming like
Oh, also, okay, so
films and rumors
here's
or
some
things? Yeah.
nerddom. Here's
Yeah.
some nerddom. Marvel announced recently that they're only going to be doing maybe 2 or 3 movies a year, and then like maybe 2 or 3 uh shows and animated shows.
A
So they're
year.
not going to be like really like bombarding us with stuff.
I think that's a
You,
smart move. They got to give us
yes,
time to catch up,
I
especially
was
us.
watch. So I was watching Bob's Burger last night,
Oh yeah,
and
Bob's Burgers.
Mr. Fish showed his brother was supposed to be babysitting the kids, but the kids was actually keeping them away from this party. And there was like a booth that had like some puppets. And so he was trying to go back to the party. Kids like, hey, what about that? Can you show us that? He's like, oh, I don't do puppets. He's like, okay, we'll do it for you. He's like, oh, okay. But at least none of that multiverse crap. And it made me think about how like people love to like low key shit on the MCU.
They do like to shit on it.
I love Bob's Burgers. I don't know if I've told you this, but that is a comfort TV
It
show.
is an amazing show. You know what
Yeah.
else was low key fun? Like I've been like King of the Hill come on
Oh yeah.
before like Bob's Burgers and all that, but I've been watching some of the old King of the Hill episodes,
Yeah.
Mm.
and King of the Hill was like kind of sort of way before its time,
Have you
which I think they
heard
kept canceling it, but
they're
then they would bring
rebooting
it
it?
back. Say that again.
Have you heard they're rebooting it?
Yeah, and Bobby's like
Yeah.
a chef,
Oh,
so
what? Oh, Bobby.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Bobby's an
they're going
adult
to age
now.
him up. Yeah, they aging him up. So
Yeah, so that's done by the Beavis and Butthead guy, right? And
yeah,
Office Space guy.
yeah.
God, Mike Judge.
Hmm.
And yeah, little known fact, that all started on the Hank Hill guy was on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And
Ain't
that
you the
guy
kids that been whacking in my tool shed?
yeah. And that guy actually started on SNL. Like there was some SNL shorts um that I recently discovered. Like they hired him to do a couple little cartoon shorts, and that's where damn it, Bobby. That guy. Like
Damn it, Bobby.
that's a great show, and there's a whole nerdom there too, I'm sure.
Oh,
There's
plenty.
narrative everywhere,
Anything.
yeah.
Yeah, there are nerddoms and fandoms galore.
Okay, here we go. I finally got to it. Wikipedia. I'm on the MCU development. I thought I was going to say like it would give me a list of what's in development. I feel like they just announced a whole bunch of stuff that's coming, but I guess Ironheart was one of them. You guys just mentioned that.
We
Uh,
got fantastic. We got what you call it next? Fantastic Four, I believe, right? I think it's
Hmm.
Fantastic Four.
And Thunderbolts is out, right? It came out
Yeah,
already.
Thunderbolts
And you guys
is
love
out.
that? Did you guys love it?
Deadpool. I
haven't
haven't, I haven't,
watched
I haven't seen it yet. Deadpool Reborn came out and is awesome.
Oh,
Um,
Deadpool Reborn.
Deadpool Reborn.
That's a new one? A show,
Yeah, it's a
movie?
new one. It's a
I didn't
show.
hear about that one coming out. But
It's a
we
show.
had Captain America, Sam Braves, what's it called? Braveheart. Brave something.
Brave New World.
Is that
Captain
right?
America says Brave New World.
Yeah,
Yes,
that came
you
out.
were trying to say Brave New World.
Brave New Heart, Brave Iron Heart. Yeah, I don't know. But then what else? Thunderbolts came out, but then there was something
Thunderbolts.
else that just came out, right? Or not? Or am I thinking of Thunderbolts that everybody's going crazy about?
Thunderbolts was the one that just came out
And everybody's like, "Oh, there's good
because
again."
of the post credits, and it's
Oh,
weird.
that's
So
right. I
here's the
don't know
thing.
what
Here's
it
the
is. Yeah.
thing.
Don't spoil it.
Here's the thing. Remember, Andy was trying to like not spoil the thing,
Yeah.
but the internet has already spoiled the asterisk part of the Thunderbolts movie.
Oh,
And then if you're savvy, you gotta be savvy enough. Just be scrolling around the interwebs.
you'll find
You've
it.
already seen the post credit scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like, safe from actually seeing the movie,
That's where, for me, one advantage. This was the one time my advantage is that I'm a dumbass who doesn't know any of this stuff. Like I don't think it could get spoiled because I don't know enough to get
Right.
spoiled.
So you're scrolling through, you see Thunderbolts with the asterisk poster, and then you see another poster with the actual name. Like, oh,
It
I
doesn't
think
mean
I see
anything
that
to me.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what it is.
When you
Yeah.
finally see it,
There's
oh,
just
I
so
remember
many
that.
movies and shows, and like I can't remember. And I've drank way too much alcohol in my life to remember.
Your
So
brain
many-
cells.
A lot of brain cells are dead. But that's why we do this. Like, it's almost like I'm a guy with amnesia. I'm like, what's her
Guy
name?
Pierce the Memento?
50. I was thinking 50 First Dates.
Oh,
And like every episode, you guys have to tell me everything all over again. What's her name? Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Or Adam Sandler has to date her every day and reintroduce himself.
He doesn't have to, but he does date her every day.
Yeah.
and reintroduce-
Did you ever watch that, TBJ?
I did.
Was it a good romantic comedy? Because you like crap like that.
Hey,
Not
crap.
crap.
So you like
Romance.
Adam Sandler?
Hey, rom-coms are cool.
I do
What
actually
about
like Adam
Blended?
Sandler.
What about Blended?
What's
I
Blended?
watched that too. I've watched. If Adam Sandler put it out, I probably watched every movie.
Blended
he's
is
ever
Adam
put out.
Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I never saw
Is it
that.
Jennifer Aniston?
She does plan one or two with him.
Yeah.
No,
I
she's
don't
two
know if
with
that's this
him.
one.
All right,
I want
TBJ, let me test your knowledge. What about Grown Ups?
I literally, like I said, have watched. I appreciate Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Even when he's not being a comedian, I appreciate him more when he
Yeah.
takes on non-comedic roles. Like Spanglish is one of my favorite
Yeah,
Or
ones.
that's
Funny
a great
People?
one. Yeah, Funny
He's just
People's
being
great.
a bumbling dad. Funny People. where he's
Uncut
not
was
funny.
it Uncut Gems? Wasn't that him?
I've never gotten through that.
He's good in that, like scary good.
Isn't that
you're
like 3
shit.
hours?
No,
of-
he's very talented. I think so. I appreciate people like him who are known for being bumbling fools in their
Yeah.
comedy, but are actually very
Yeah.
brilliant, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
think about it. In order for him to have that company to put out that many movies the way it did, he has to be
Yeah,
smart, right?
Yeah, yep.
But all of his
Genius,
beginning work is just him being a dumbass in movies.
And
Variations of dumbasses.
he's very well known for taking care of his buddies from back
yeah,
in the day.
they're all in
this
his
group.
films.
Yeah, there's this
Yeah.
group of guys who don't do anything but be in Adam Sandler movies. And
Right.
they're his old buddies.
Jay.
And even Schneider, who they kind of like, oh, he's kind of a dipshit because a big crazy Trumper now. They still, he still takes care of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And he
that's-
does. He's
yeah.
popped up. He's popped up on what was it, Nickelodeon show? One time he just popped up in a scene, and they're like, "Adam Sandler, what are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm picking up my kid."
Yeah, he's
like,
very
he just-
proud of his Kids' Choice Awards. He's won a bunch of
Yeah.
those, and he's very proud of it. Yeah,
So if there are a few people I will watch no matter what happens. One,
here's the
Adam
thing.
Sandler.
Do
Two
you
is
want-
Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah,
Anything Queen Latifah puts out, I will watch.
it's the Equalizer. Did you watch the Equalizer show?
It's a very good show. Yeah, it's still out.
You didn't watch. You didn't
Um,
watch it just for Ed Woodward.
No, I
Edward
watched
Woodward?
it specifically for Queen Latifah.
Yeah, I would watch
Um,
specifically Queen Latifah too.
She's good.
right?
I love me some
Listen,
Dana Owens.
who doesn't? I was just watching Just Right the other day as another emotional support show, and I was like, they try to make us think she was unattractive. I would literally marry Queen Latifah. She's already
Right.
married. I can't do it, but
Okay, well, I got a
I
question
would.
pertaining to Queen Latifah real quick.
All right,
before
here
move
we
on to the
go.
next
Here we
thing.
go.
No, but there's an argument between Art and I on the Deborah Jo Ruppverse show.
Okay.
Who's the hot one from Living Single, would you say? Like if you had
I wouldn't say Queen Latifah.
it might be Queen Latifah now. Another role for her.
No, even
Well, here's the
then,
thing. For
even then,
most people who know me, it's a known fact that Queen Latifah is one of my ones.
Oh,
Right?
yeah?
So like if I was in there, I used to always have like any girlfriend I would have, like you know, you said it, who's the one person? My one
your hall
person
pass.
would always be Queen Latifah and Loretta Devine.
So
But here's the
Loretta
thing.
should get it.
Yeah.
Boy, when they go back to clips of Loretta, you like, yes.
Right, but here's the thing. So for me, for Loretta, this is probably way too much
You want
information.
Loretta now versus
But for
Loretta
me,
then.
for Loretta Devine, it was more or less like not necessarily her getting it. It was just, and she had like that.
She's
It was
sweet.
like that weird motherly kind of
Yeah, I
vibe.
was
Yeah,
gonna
she's
say.
And
very
you just want to
sweet.
you just want to just like you. I would just want to cuddle with her all the time, right? And just
Yes.
talk about random nothingness.
She is 75 years young, still married to her original spouse they got married in 1967, Glenn
Yeah,
Marshall.
she's just been vibing.
Yeah, I
But
like her
wait,
too.
what is your argument on Living
Oh,
Single, Joe?
Well,
Who do
mine
you
was
say?
I thought it was Erica
Erica
Alexander.
Alexander.
But
Now,
then
here's the thing. I think they're all hot in their various formats. So if I'm going for a brainy, no holds barred will put me in my place because sometimes someone has to do it.
yeah,
It would be Erica Alexander. And to this day, she could still do that.
yes.
If I just want to laugh and giggle and kiki with you as we lay in bed, then I'm going to go Sinclair. And then, like, my everyday hangout, I will bring you flowers at work and feed you is going to be Queen Latifah.
Well, we're
I
all
couldn't
wrong
do Kim Fields because I don't
It's
do
Kim
the bougie.
Fields.
bougie.
because she's too bougie. Yeah, she's the Blair of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But
I don't
we-
do too much bouginess.
We kind of compare that to Golden Girls. It's
And
like
it's crazy because when we did the Facts of Life, I chose Blair.
Yeah,
They just-
which I didn't like Blair, and I liked it. I'm a Tootie, and then Steve is a Joe Polnicek.
See, like Tootie, if I was a teenage girl, yes.
Yeah.
But when she plays Regine, it's just it's too much for me. 'Cause I'd be
She's
like,
so
girl,
pretty though on that.
she is
show.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous, but we couldn't date. I'd be like, no, ma'am, I can't. But I could date all the other three. Like, no holds bars. We can have a
He's
whole
about to do
college
the Golden Girls one.
Who is the most attractive in the Golden Girls?
Well, how do we segue into Golden Girls?
Well, because you were comparing
You brought it
Kim
up.
Coles.
oh, and Kim Cole.
to
Yeah, I
Betty
thought
White,
that. Yeah, I saw
or
basically
to-
said that like
She's the
like,
Rose.
it's almost like a
I
younger.
think she'd not be the Rose. I think she'd be the little slutty one.
Kim
she'd be
Coles.
Rue McClane.
Blanche?
Yeah, I think Kim Coles would be not Kim
Well,
Coles.
I thought I looked at
Yeah, he said Kim Coles.
Kim
Kim
Coles would be
Fields was
Blanche.
the
Oh,
Blanche.
Kim Coles is Sinclair.
and then,
was
and then
Yeah.
also
Kim
Joe
Fields
almost
would be Blanche.
destroyed my black
Yeah.
cred because I said Kim Cole. He like Kim Cole or Kim Fields.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm like, no.
I was
Is
we
it Kim Cole.
well,
I like Kim. Like yes,
Yeah.
Kim Cole. That's who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
Kim
Yeah.
Cole is Rose. Yes, very rose coded.
Yeah.
Kim Fields is Blanche. Latifah is Dorothy.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, yeah. So the same things we came to, but yeah, we had the same misconception with the Kim Coles, Kim Fields. Like I didn't know he was talking about Kim Coles. I thought he was trying to say Kim Fields. I forgot Kim Coles was also on that, so that was our
You
little.
forgot there were two.
I had to be like, you know,
Two
she was
Kims.
the one who was messing with Ovi.
But then, yeah, that's what you said. But
Oh,
then
V and
you
Sinclair, Black Love
Yeah.
Forever.
anyway. That's
Also,
fine.
dear listeners, if you are of the vanilla persuasion and have not ever sat down to watch and live in single, I encourage you to do so. If you thought Friends was a great show, if you thought, what's that damn show? Seinfeld was a great show.
Yeah,
This is better.
on the same time. 1993, 5 seasons.
It is. But
Um,
this
Yeah.
was a group of friends in New York living their best lives. You got a magazine editor, you got a high-powered attorney, you got you got a gold digger, you got a ditzy girl. Like they're all there, two homies who live upstairs. It's great. It's a
But
good show if
I
you've
think
never dug into it.
would you say Queen Latifah was the star, like the lead?
Show.
I
It
feel like she
was
was the lead,
I think it was
wasn't
more of an ensemble thing.
she? Was
it
it?
is an ensemble cast, but the show came into fruition because of her.
Yeah, I felt like she was like this was like her breakout. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna say breakout. Queen Latifah been Queen Latifah for a long ass time.
Well, I mean, as acting, like, did she act before that?
Hmm.
I don't know.
She might have done little things, but she wouldn't have been known as an actor
Yeah, let's
before
see.
this.
Queen Latifah. She's great. She's
And most
and
people
she's
probably recognize her, probably look at her breakout as Cleo and Set It Off.
yeah.
Yeah, Set It Off
Yeah,
was
Set It
before
Off.
this,
But
wasn't
I mean,
it?
she's been in.
What?
She did.
No, it was after.
She did a Netflix movie, which she played. Who did she play? Who did she play? The Netflix movie.
Oh,
Netflix movie.
House Party 2.
What is it?
She started her
No.
roles at House Party 2.
No. She was in
No,
a
you talking about
black historical
Netflix?
figure. Yeah, with Tika Sumpter's in it.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, she was on Hang with
Is it
Mr. Cooper.
my Bessie? She played Bessie Smith.
Bessie. Yeah, Bessie.
Okay.
No, because here's the thing. Listen, when I say I'm down bad for Queen Latifah, when she put out a jazz album, I had the CD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not even. Obviously, I had all her other CDs, but I was like, "Oh, the Queen wants to put out jazz. Well, I listen to jazz now." The end.
Yeah.
I love when you
Yeah.
have like that multifaceted
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
everything.
artist. You
Yeah,
know,
she had a talk
That's
show.
why I think it's the same thing when I'm like, I love Adam Sandler because he's not just the goofy, funky person. I love Queen
Yeah.
Latifah because she is a boss bitch as a rapper. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can't tell me. Like I was watching Just Right the other day, so she can play a romantic lead with Common and then turn around and probably shoot you. And I love that in a woman.
Don't forget she
I
also
love
played
it.
romantic lead with LL and
She
What
did
is it?
Last Holiday.
Last Holiday. Yeah,
I love that too. Again, I love me some Queen Latifah. And I love
Yeah.
when she plays a romantic lead because people be trying to make us think she's not sexy. They wrong.
Yeah, she's very beautiful. She
I
Gorgeous.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
confessing
Gorgeous.
my love right
Yeah,
now.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we watched
gorgeous.
yeah, we put a clip of because we talked about her because she's I don't know if she's technically in the Deborah Jo Rupp-verse, but Deborah Jo Rupp was on an episode of the original Equalizer. So of course you got to talk about the Denzel Washington Equalizer and the Queen Latifah Equalizer, who I think Gruff likes the Queen Latifah one the best. But that Denzel Washington movie, that's action-packed, violent, and crazy good apparently to everybody. So anyway, that's a whole nother nerddom. I'm sure there's an Equalizer nerddom.
It's a Queen Latifah nerddom. That's what
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is.
that Queen Latifah's got her own nerddom.
Yes, I
yeah.
am her fan club president. I'm not gonna find a wife, but it's fine.
Oh.
I don't take married people, hence me not being with the Hemsworth. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'll get over
Uh-oh.
it.
Queen Latifah was arrested in 1996. You
And
want to
she
guess?
was a beast.
You want to guess what for?
Was it a weapons charge?
There was a weapons charge and possession of marijuana.
Yeah.
It's crazy that people get arrested for possession of marijuana,
Yeah, that's
and there are
crazy
probably
now.
still people locked up for possession of
That's the worst part. Of it,
marijuana.
yeah.
But like this, a lot of these places, it's legal.
Yeah, let those people out.
Yeah,
Or-
but
or
listen,
how
I'm not
much-
surprised she had a handgun. I think people forgot. She was hanging out with Naughty by Nature, and she was,
Yeah.
when I say she was in rap shit, she was in
And you
some
from
rap.
Jersey?
Yep.
Yep.
Wholeheartedly. Nothing would surprise me. Again, a woman who could put me in my place.
Yeah.
Kind of love it because a man can't, but a woman can. If a man tried, I'd be like, "Who are you? Do not talk to me."
You got to
The
find an
right
alpha
woman, I'd be
male.
like,
You got to
"Yes,
find the
ma'am."
right alpha male.
No,
You know, not
if
one that's a
if
jerk.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to alpha males, also I'm allergic to most men, but yeah, I don't find men likely to ever be able to tell me what to do
Yeah.
ever.
Well, nobody will ever be able to tell TBJ what to do.
No, the right woman can. I'd say yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
The right woman can be
But it's
like,
got to be Queen
pick,
Latifah.
yes,
Level.
or Erica Alexander,
Yeah.
or
But that
I'd be
level,
like,
like
Tiffany,
that.
have a seat, and I'd be like, yes, ma'am. Just
Okay.
be quietly sitting in my chair, minding my business.
I'd perfectly be like, no. Do I have to say it again? Yes.
Right. But if it was a man and he was like, Tiffany, have a seat, I'd be like, who are you telling to have a seat?
This has been left.
Yeah, it did
Listen,
go. Yeah, the TBJ took it.
but
away.
this is us just
I
catching
thought
up.
Ando would have
Yeah.
joined.
Yeah, he hasn't. He must not be back from his rendezvous.
It's okay. We've done a lot of catching up. I
Yeah,
think
this
we've
is
got,
good. I mean,
we got a
and
bit.
it's on topic. It's nerd culture
Nerd.
stuff.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every once in a while we gotta do this, even if it's not to catch up with each other. Just like, okay, what have they announced? Like, what's going on? You know,
Yeah,
I
what's
feel
going
like,
on in the nerdverse?
Yeah, there's always like, oh, now Scarlett Johansson is being blackballed from MCU or whatever. But I do think like talking about, I know I bring it up a lot, but the MCU fatigue, but it's like I get to a point where if I'm watching a movie and there's not a superhero in it, I'm like, wait, who's got the powers? Where's the powers? And it's, oh wait, I'm just watching Atlanta. Like there's no powers. It's like not like I was just watching right before we got on here. I was watching Greatest American Hero on Amazon Prime from the 70s, I think it was.
80s.
80s, was it early 80s? 81
80s.
maybe. And like his origin, I was watching the first episode where he gets his origin powers from Alien or whatever.
And he leaves a book. That shit's crazy.
And I think if he didn't get powers, I'd be like, what am I watching? Where's the powers? Because I rarely watch anything that's not MCU or Star Wars or there's Andor. I'm watching that. I'm watching that Spider-Man. I'm watching Daredevil.
Are you on season 2 of Andor or the first season?
So what I did, I was about to watch. Everybody's like raving about it, so I started over.
I'm not starting over. I know where I left off at, but I haven't watched. Like, season 2 has finished, and that's pretty much what happened with Daredevil. But it was also because I had that period of time which it was lost to me. Like even now, like I'm still getting caught up on things, but then I still literally look at the same shit I looked at when I was in the hospital. Like my brain is still just like conditioned to like watch this, watch that, watch this.
Sometimes it's just comforting.
Yeah.
Like,
but I really want to watch that, or I need to get through Andor. I finished. I think I finished Daredevil in like 2 days.
And the new one, the reboot.
Yeah, the new one.
I don't know.
But and like other stuff that like I want to get around to, and like slowly but sure, like American Dad, I'd miss like the whole season of that. Then it's also just like trying not to go crazy and just throw everything in my head all at once.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so much stuff out there,
And having ADD is hard because it's like you can't finish anything in one sitting. I got the dishwasher half loaded. I got the laundry half started. I got to pause my. Where was I at in this episode?
You trying to watch them play football before this thing started?
Yeah, I'm trying to play Madden.
See, I don't have those issues.
Yeah, a lot of issues I got here. But there's
I just don't turn on the TV. So my
one thing I haven't been doing, which I'm kind of upset with myself, but I got an email from, I want to say Goodreads or something.
And
it's telling me that my reading list is still there. It's still waiting for me to reach my 2025 goal because last year I didn't do 100. So I knocked
You ain't been reading? What?
No, I knocked it down to 50. right? It is what's the day? 19th? May 19th.
Yeah.
I have read 2 books the
Uh-oh.
entire year.
Oh no.
You better get on
I
it.
don't know
You
what
bet.
that's like.
I looked at that. I like, wow. And see, because I'm trying not to count comic books because all I've been reading is like single issues,
Yeah.
and to me that's like a cheat because it's like it's nothing to go through a single issue of comics. It's like maybe 15
Right,
pages.
if it's a single issue. I
Yeah.
get that.
But I still like, man, I'm like so many. Like I didn't even look at my library app to see if anything that I put on hold has come in. I like, I've got all these Audible books that I bought before I got canceled. That I'm like, I haven't read or listened to anything.
Well, you were just in a place stuck. You could do nothing but read, but you didn't have any devices, did you, to read with?
I have my iPad, but I never charged it. Never charged
Oh, you're sitting there with a dead iPad.
it.
It's like
So
that
are you
guy.
going
The
to-
crazy thing is, I had the charger and everything. I just never took it out my bag. Like, bruh, I was in this space.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so you
Like,
can't
Yeah.
you can't enjoy your leisure time because you're
right.
trapped, and it's like you could have
I call
you
it-
had all
I
that
call
time
it
to do stuff.
a medical vacation. I was
Yeah.
on a medical vacation
Yeah,
that I did not sign up for.
yeah.
Medical incarceration, I should say.
Well,
Were
we're
you
glad
going to
you're
send
okay.
you some books now that you're trying to get back on it?
Oh no, because I don't. That's another thing. Like recently. I went to not recently, like maybe I want to say March-ish or whatever. I went into Barnes and Noble. I'm gonna buy some books. So I go in. I'm looking around. I got like this gift card that was gifted to me like 18,000 years ago from one of my ex-supervisors that I've been fighting with Barnes and Noble to actually let me use it when I buy a book instead of having to go in my pocket to buy a book. And they're like, we can't find it. And I like clearly show them like, look, here is the gift card. It's right here. We're gonna need the number. Whatever. I give them my name, my email address, which is tied to my account. They can't. I just go ahead and buy the book. And I think I bought what is the book I bought? But this book called Butter, which
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
right.
You said
So
butter.
Butter. It's in my backpack for work because This is one of those books I'm gonna take it to work and I'm gonna read it at work. I've got like 100 pages into that book and I haven't finished it yet. But then I'm still every time I would go to like a bookstore, like okay, I'm gonna buy a book. I'm gonna buy a book. I was like, I don't want books. I want to buy them, but if I buy them, I want them to be digital. Like I don't want to have books. Like
Like ebooks.
Say it again.
Buy the ebook.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So now when I look more so just trying to buy everything digitally.
Yeah.
It's like I was like one of Joe's friend. Like I just found out this dude's like a toy collector. So one day he was leaving this video, like all them damn toys. Like, I would love to just have the space to just buy shit. But everything, like it's like one of those things where like I want everything digitized, right? Everything digital. My music digital. I keep saying I want to buy. Like every time I would go to Walmart, look at a record player. I should start collecting vinyl, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I don't want to have stuff.
Yeah, I recently met 2 guys who do a comedy show with me, and they both have vinyl collections, and they showed me their vinyl collections, and it was really neat to look at them. Like one of them had the Fat Boys from '85, and I was like, I'm so jealous, but at the same time, I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Right.
Like the amount of money and time you would spend just searching, and now they're re-releasing everything out on vinyl because there's a lot of people like that. And then you're getting into the needles and the quality of your equipment and all that shit. And then what are you gonna do? Play records? Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that, but
there is nothing wrong
it's
with
just
it.
the whole collecting aspect of it.
Yeah,
and my thing is, I'll read a book on my iPad, my Kindle, or listen to it before I literally flip a page of a book. Like I used to go to like when I would go to, it's one thing I would go to the library, like and that's why I know the book is going back.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's even for instance, back in the day when I used to do free comic book day, I like crazy.
Yeah.
I would get the books, read the books, and this guy I was working with, he used to make collage art a lot. So I would read the book, and once I got finished with the book, I just give it to him, and then he just cut them up and do something with them. Because I just wanted to read the story. I don't want to bring the book back with me. I don't want to just have to oh, here's a stack of books here, here's a stack of books there.
You know, with the physical books. Yeah, I try not to buy too many physical books. Only because back in the day, again, when that one time I was married, I used to have a lot of books, and when I had to move, I was so upset with moving all of them, and I was just like, ugh. So now I only buy them if I know I'm gonna read them again. Like if this is a book I can read multiple times, then I will buy it. Or there are some books that are just gorgeous in the color scheme of my living room, so I bought them to go inside my living room. They're also good books that I can read again, but if it's got a pink cover, it's coming home with me. But I try and take in most of my books in audio format or from Libby or Hoopla and read on the Kindle app. And then I am in a book club, and because I lead the book club, I get a free book each month. And so I've committed to, if it's not a book I'm going to read over, I try and put it in one of those little free libraries so it doesn't just stay in my house.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, moving books.
Trying to be sustainable, responsible over here with my nerddom.
Yep. Nerddom. Well, it's been plenty of time, and we've
yapped.
We didn't talk about Ms. Marvel, but we can do that next time.
We'll do it when we're all together.
Yeah. We'll get everybody on here because it's great. It's a very feel-good show. It gives me hope in the next generation of kids.
Did you peep the theme song at the end?
You're asking the man who can't remember anything to remember a specific thing.
I do remember thinking this.
Our friend name was Bruno, right? Wasn't it Bruno? Am I imagining that?
He kept calling him Brian on accident. Is it Bruno? I think it's Bruno. I do know the soundtrack was cool, and this is the first time I ever downloaded hip hop in a different language that I don't understand, but I just like the sound of it so much. No idea what they're saying, but it just sounds, dare I say, dope, as the kids say.
Wow.
The kids don't say that anymore, but
is it a banger?
Yeah, a banger. That's what they say now. They don't even say on fleek anymore.
Is it a hot track?
I'm trying to think.
No, they haven't said on fleek in a very long time.
No, it's been a long time. Yeah, so my daughter says stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, and she says it so fast. And then by the time I learn it, it's not cool anymore. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I was watching a young lady on TikTok show off her book haul, and I think where she got it from, someone wrote her a note, and it had cursive in it. And she was like, I can't read cursive too good.
Yeah,
this
kids,
was a 20-something.
Yeah.
They don't teach cursive anymore.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. Cursive is like another language to people.
It is. I realize I write in cursive. I write in a mix of both, which they say is a serial killer trait. It's not.
That's what I love doing that.
But I don't do it on purpose. It's just it depends on what letter I'm writing. So I just interchange it within a letter. But I realized I was writing some notes the other day, and I was writing in cursive, and I thought, this person is very young. I wonder if they know what I am saying in this cursive. And no.
They don't, yeah.
There's an episode of Craig of the Creek where one of the little characters, her name was Kelsey. So it's Kelsey, Craig, and JP. They find this book in this little cave, and she looks at it. She's like, "Oh my God, it's written in Elven." So they take it to an adult to try to get them to read it. It's some weird squiggly lines. We think it's Elven. I'm like, wow, that's kids today.
Yeah. Bless it.
Okay, so next time we'll get into Ms. Marvel with Iman Vellani, who is Canadian and has actually written comics.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of that
That's
story.
the cool part. She's a comic book writer who stars in the thing. She's great in the show. I think you just love her. And then the creator of Ms. Marvel is also a stand-up comedian, a British stand-up comedian and screenwriter.
What did we
The
say
series,
about multifaceted people?
Yeah. Yep. And they're women of color, so boom, in your face.
I'm in good company.
You stupid white fucks that listen to this. I'm just kidding.
That's
Hey,
Joe, the white person talking.
We do
to
not
you.
alienate our listeners. Okay?
Unless they're racist, then we do, right?
Yeah. If they're racist, yeah.
Well, I'm sure
Go
they wouldn't
away.
be listening at this point if they were. Like they would have.
If they are listening to us and they are still racist, as
Just-
many times
just to
as
comment,
we've been
Like, I
"Look."
really like this show,
They were-
except for when the two people who obviously are black start speaking. And then I'm like, what are these guys talking about? Like, I want to hear some nerd stuff.
I like that white guy voice, Art. That's pretty good. That's funny. It reminds me of God, what is that?
Your old man brain, Joe.
There's some
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
no, it's a hip hop album where they it's like a radio call-in show, and then somebody does a white guy, and he's like, I really don't understand why black people would want to beat me up. And it's like, I think it's like Red Man, maybe. Method
So are
Man.
you a white person or the white person voice?
No, it was a black guy doing
Is
a white.
that
Oh, yeah.
meta?
Yeah, I was a white guy doing a white.
He's
guy.
a white guy doing a
I was
black guy doing a white guy's
That's
voice.
what I was trying to do. I don't know what that was. But whoever did, I can't remember what it was from. I think it was a Wu-Tang thing, like a skit that they do. Maybe a Method Man, Red
Probably.
Man, maybe Method Man and Red Man. Anyway, next episode, actually, Red Man and Method Man are going to be guests.
Method Man could also get it.
Oh,
God
okay.
bless. Listen,
He is a good guy, a good-looking
if
guy.
no one learns anything about me at all from this show, just there's a list of people who can get it. And while I appreciate Adam Driver, I hate Kylo Ren. Those are really the facts about me. What else do you like? What
Shout
else
out
do
to
you need to know
Kylo.
about me?
I think I would even do it with Method Man. I mean, that
Shout out to
guy's-
Kylo.
Have you seen him just age? It's just like fine wine. Him is much like Queen Latifah. Just mwah.
Yeah, I recently saw a TikTok of him saying, "Fuck Kanye West." Yes. All this Diddy.
Again,
We didn't
that
even
is
get
probably
into
the one
Diddy.
man who could tell me to sit down, and I'd be like, "Yes, sir."
Who, Method Man or
Yeah.
Kanye?
Not Kanye. Kanye can go to hell. Method Man.
Have you heard these allegations that Diddy had Prince killed?
No, we're not going to dive into the Diddy thing now because we're trying to
Yeah.
hang up, and then
Yeah,
we can be
that-
here
yeah.
for 10
It'd
years
be
if I give
forever.
you a dissertation on the Diddy trial.
Okay, next episode will be all about the Diddy trial.
No,
Yeah, no, we
I
better not.
shall
even go
not
there.
be raising my high blood pressure.
All right, thanks for listening, Nerd Hive. TBJ's gonna beatbox us out.
No, peace and hair grease. I never do anything you ask.
Be great, Tiffany.
Well, that's a given. That's not because you asked.
That's right.
That's who I am.
Cannot
That's just
be. We love you, Art Star. We're glad you're with us.
me. Yes.
Nerd school out.
They say I can't rap about the president no more, but evidently they don't see we in the streets still poor. Still more incarceration of my kinsmen by the prisons, and people thinking this election to end it race.
The Nerd School Podcast is a product of History for Jerks and a member of the Queen City Podcast Network. Find out more about History for Jerks at historyforjerks.com